Great to see you back on your mat today. We're going to work a lot on the side waist, a lot of Vashisthasana side plank. So make sure that you're taking those modifications, whether it be on your knees, scissoring the feet, or stacking the feet. We're going to work a little bit into the psoas, trying to release that muscle, and working into the back body in all of our standing balances. I'll see you on the mat. Starting on our mat, make sure that you have your blocks handy. You'll need them for the second flow sequence of today. But we're going to start on the mat in child's pose. So opening your knees or keeping your knees right underneath you. Just start slowly reaching out. Let the hands be long. Let the spine be long. Let the hips just settle back onto the feet. And just drop your head onto the mat here. Taking a few deep breaths. Always quieting the mind before we begin. Allow your breath to start to deepen, start to open. Allow the spine to lengthen out just a little bit more, maybe reaching with the fingers, picking the elbows off the mat. Lengthen out long and then exhale, relax. And I want you to bring your awareness to your forehead. Your forehead hopefully is on the mat or maybe on a block. I want you to just focus on how the floor feels on that forehead. A lot of times, bringing our head to the mat allows us to feel a little bit grounded. And then as you bring that focus to the forehead, we're going to start taking a few deep breaths together. So inhaling through the nose, keep going. Deep breath in, deep breath in, deep breath in. Hold at the top. Extra 2 sips of air. And then exhale through the mouth, let it go. Again, breathing in. Keep going, 2 extra sips. And then open the mouth, let it go. Good, last time, breathing in through the nose. Let the breath be long. Keep going, close. 2 extra sips. And then exhale, open the mouth, let it go. Let the shoulders relax. Let the back relax as you release that breath. Take 1 deep breath, inhale on your own, and a deep breath out on your own. Now, if you have an intention for today's practice, now is a great time to set it, whether it's just concentrating on a word or a feeling. Maybe it's just the ability to concentrate on your breath today. Maybe sending out just a little bit of extra love into the world. And then as you're ready, we'll slowly make our way up to an all-fours position, stacking the hands, the shoulders, the hips, and the knees. And when you're ready, we're going to just push the ground away. So spread the fingers really wide. Fingertips are pushing into the mat, and then push the ground away. Dome through the shoulders just a little bit here. So lifting the rib cage, lifting the shoulders up, just like you're going into that cat pose. And then step your feet back, high plank. Now, at any time you can drop down to your knees, but we're going to hold this plank here for a couple breaths. So pushing the ground away, hips are moving towards the elbows. You're trying to close the gap between the hips and the rib cage. Squeeze the butt cheeks together. Activate through the tops of the thighs by lifting the kneecaps. And then making sure your heels are stacked right on top of your toes. If you want to add on, pull the feet apart like you're trying to split the mat. And you're just here breathing, strong and slow. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Let's hold for 2 more breaths. Inhaling and exhale. You're calm. Last deep breath. Good. As you exhale, lift the hips up and back. Find that downward facing dog. Really push away the ground. Lift the hips nice and high. Bend the knees or straighten the legs, it doesn't matter. Squeeze the fingertips into the mat. So take control of your wrists here. Push the mat away. Allow the weight to come into the fingertips, not into the wrists. All right, when you're here, keep your feet right where they are. Keep your hands right where they are. I just want you to shift your hips to the right side of the mat. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, shift your hips to the left. Good. Keep your hands and feet where they are. Inhale to the right. Just swinging things out. Exhale to the left. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Find a little stillness. And then just pedal out the feet. Breathing in, straightening one leg, and then exhale, straightening the other. And see how deep you can work the heels towards the mat. Maybe just an extra breath here. Good. When you're ready, inhale, right leg lifts, bend the knee, open the hip. Just find stretch. Don't worry about the shoulders. Breathing in. And then as you exhale, that right foot comes all the way to the right hand. Drop the left knee, 2 breaths and Jnanasana. Inhale, lift the spine, lift the lengthen. And then as you exhale, shift the hips forward and down. Taking care that the front knee is still stacked on top of the ankle. If you need to readjust the foot, readjust. Inhale, deep breath in. Exhale, shift the hips forward and down. Maybe you're even taking your hands, your biceps behind your ears, creating a little bit of a back bend here. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. When you're ready, left hand is going to plant. Curl the left toes under, and we're going to step right back into that first Vashisthasana today. So again, remember those modifications. You're either stacking the feet, scissoring the feet, or you're dropping that bottom knee. Wherever you are is perfect. Stack the shoulder and the bottom wrist. Deep breath in, lift through the side waist. Deep breath out, rolling into plank. And then dropping down to your knees. Good. We'll take 3 cat-cows here. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the hips. As you exhale, round and breathe out. Good. Inhale, drop the belly. Pull the collarbones forward. As you exhale, round. Good. One more time. Deep breath in, belly drops. Deep breath out, round and push. Good. When you're ready, fingertips spread wide, fingertips are squeezing into the mat. Step back, plank pose. Breathing here, 5 breaths. Deep breath in through them. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Go through that checklist in your head. Deep breath in. This is 3. Deep breath out. Slow the breath. Deep breath in, 4. Deep breath out, last deep breath in. And when you're ready, lift the hips up and back. Take a deep breath in and take a deep breath out. When you're ready, left leg lifts, bend the knee, open the hip. Find that little bit of stretch. Don't worry about the shoulders. Keep opening the hip. And then when you're ready on your exhale, left foot travels towards the left hand. Drop the right knee and Jnanasana. Everything lifts to lengthen first. And then as you exhale, send the hips forward and down. Good. Deep breath in, lift through the spine. Exhale, hips move down and forward. Maybe you're taking those biceps behind you. Last one, deep breath in. Good. When you're ready, right hand plants. Curl the right toes under. Step right back into that Vashisthasana. Stacking the shoulder and the wrist. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Stay strong. It's all right if you're wiggly today. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Last one. Then you get a little break. Good. As you exhale, rolling back to plank. Drop down to your knees. 3 cat-cows here. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the hips. Exhale, round and push. Good. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Last one. Deep breath in. Pull the chest forward. Deep breath out. Good. Curl those toes under. Find that downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Look at your fingertips. Step, jump, float, or just hop towards the top of your mat. Inhale, lifting halfway, flat back. Neck is long. Spine is long. Exhale, fold forward. Knees can be bent here. Inhale, root to rise, reach. Exhale, hands through heart center. Remember, the elbows are out. You're pushing into the hands. The shoulders are away from the ears. The neck is nice and long. Deep breath in. Everything lifts. Add that back bend if you have it. Deep breath out, folding forward. Good. Inhale, lifting halfway, flat back. Exhale, planting your hands, step or float back into your plank, lowering down chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, back to that downward facing dog. Let's go again. Deep breath in through the nose. Deep breath out. Inhale, look at your fingertips, step, jump, walk, or float. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Deep breath in, root to rise. Deep breath out. Good. Inhale, lift. Add your back bends or breath holds. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Inhale, lifting halfway, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step or float. You choose. Take the chaturanga, take a cat-cow, take a break. Find what you need here. You don't have to take those silly vinyasas. We do so many vinyasas and power classes. Give yourself permission to just skip them. Last round of sun salutation A. Inhale, look at your fingers, step, jump, or float. Inhale, looking up halfway. Exhale, fold. Push down through the feet to grow, reach. Exhale, hands through heart center. Keep the activation through the chest. Inhale, lift again, reach, breathe. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lifting halfway, flat back, neck is long, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, plant the hands, step or float. Take an extra breath in plank if you need to. We're always meeting back in downward facing dog. Let's take 3 breaths here. Done with the warm up. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Okay, we're going to move right into a slow standing sequence just to open up the body before we move into our next flow. So when you're ready, find that really strong downward facing dog. If you are resting, stay there. You can meet us anytime. Otherwise, your fingertips are pushing into the mat. They're activating through the mat. You're lifting out the shoulders, lifting through the hips. You're trying to get the legs nice and straight. And then you're pulling the belly button into the spine so that we're not splaying the ribs out. Okay, when you're ready, we've got 3 flying planks on the right side. Inhale, right leg lifts. As you exhale, knee to nose, crunch it in, flying plank. Push the ground away. Suck that knee up into the butt. Inhale, lift. Exhale, take the cross. Right knee, left elbow. Inhale, lifting up, lifting back. One more time, let's take the cross. Right knee, left elbow. Good. Inhale, lifting up and back. And then drop that right leg. We'll find plank position. Good. Now take the right hand a little bit forward. Move that out of the way. A little bit forward, just so it's comfortable. Now you can drop to your knees at any time. We're going to do 1 arm tricep dips. So keep the left arm straight. Right elbow bends for down for 1. And lift. 2. And lift. 3. We're going to 5. Lift. You're almost there. 4. Lift. 5. Lift. Everything rolls onto the right hand. Find that Vashisthasana. Again, use your modifications. Smile. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. 1 more time. Good. When you're ready, see if you can grab those right toes. Grab the right toes in that balance and pull that right foot forward. So now your right foot is forward, back heel down. We're going to rise up, warrior two. Okay, so go through that checklist, front knee, front ankle. You can see the big toes in the front. You're pushing down through the back heel. Fingers are lengthening opposite directions, shoulders away from the ears. Tuck the hips under. So close the gap between the hips and the rib cage when you're ready. This right hand goes all the way down to the mat or a block. We're in low side angle pose. Then take that top hand down to the floor and reach it forward, and then roll that top shoulder open. Look underneath that top armpit. Breathing in and breathing out. One more, roll open as much as you can here. And then when you're ready, straighten the front leg, turn it into triangle pose, Trikonasana. Now make this triangle easy. So I know most of you like to float your triangle. Find a little bit of easiness here, because in a minute we're going to work really hard. So take this top hand again, reach forward to the top of the mat. Roll that top shoulder open. Really find stretch and opening through that top hip. And then if you're ready, you can stay here, or you can lift that bottom hand to mirror the top hand. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Let's take one more breath. Keep rolling open. Deep breath in. And then when you're ready, bending into the front knee, find your warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Cartwheel those hands down. Take the vinyasa. Skip it all together. You choose. You are in control of your practice today. Lifting the hips nice and high. We'll take that second side really slow. So remember, we're starting with those 3 flying planks, 1 to the middle, 2 to the right this time. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, crunch forward, flying plank. Knee to nose, push the ground away. Inhale, lift. Take the cross. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, take the cross again. Good. Inhale, lift. And then set that left leg down. Rolling into plank pose. Find that strong plank. You can drop to your knees at any time. Left hand steps a little bit forward. 5 tricep dips. Ready? When you're ready, down for 1, lift. Down for 2, lift. 3, lift. 4, lift. You guys are looking great. 5, good. Then when you're ready, all the weight shifts onto the right side. Find that Vashisthasana. You've just got a few breaths. Stay calm. Keep lifting through the hips here. And just pay attention to what your hips are doing. Sometimes we roll the hips open to the ceiling. Sometimes we roll the hips down to the floor. You want them even to the sidewall here. Oh, I'm moving around so much. I'm going to lose my balance. Last breath. And then either shift into plank and step forward, or see if you can grab that left toe and pull the foot forward. Then we're going to rise up into that warrior two. Just 2 short breaths here. So check your stance. The feet are where they need to be. You're pushing that back foot down, front knee, front ankle, shoulders away from the ears. Here we go. Low side angle. Front hand inside the foot on the block or the floor. Top hand lifts, and then top hand goes up and over to the front of your mat. So we came in this arm position a little different this time. That's all right. Roll open the right shoulder. Look underneath that armpit. Last breath. And then when you're ready, straighten the front leg. Find triangle. So if you need a little self-assist here, take that top right hand and spiral open that right hip. And then when you're ready, the top hand again reaches towards the ceiling. Now you can choose to stay here, or you can choose to take it up a notch. 2 breaths, Dvihastana arms. So the bottom hand lifts, rolling open that right shoulder. One more deep breath. I'm shaking. Then when you're ready, bend into the front knee. Find your warrior two again. Inhale, lift and reverse. So nice, slow standing sequence just to warm up those muscles. Cartwheel the hands. Take that vinyasa or skip it or find something else. All meeting back in downward facing dog. Okay, so we're going to do this next sequence a total of 2 times. 2 times on the right, 2 times on the left. The first time will be a little slow just to work ourselves into things. And the next time we'll go through really quick, using it more of a flow. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm catching my breath. Let's take a deep breath in together. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Good. When you're ready, inhale, right leg rises. We're going to go really slow. Exhale, crunch your knee to nose, move through honey. Find that flying plank. Push the ground away, suck that knee up into the butt, and then slowly step that foot forward. Warrior two. Inhale and sink down. Good. Flip the front palm. Reverse that warrior, reaching up or reaching back. Good. When you're ready, we're going to find ourselves in Skandasana. So coming back to warrior two and then bending into the back foot, front leg straightens. Now, if Skandasana is too much for you, you're going to stay up here in skater's lunge. Remember, your hips are pushing back. Knee and ankle want to be stacked. If you're in Skandasana, you're trying to shift your weight back, getting that left heel down onto the mat. You can either reach forward or reach up. One more breath. And then when you're ready, we're going to bend into that front knee and find ourselves moving into a low lunge, almost like you are throwing a bowling ball and that left hand comes all the way up. Sink your hips as low as you can. That back knee is just floating off of the floor here. Deep breath in, lift through the spine. Good. Top left hand comes down to the earth and we revolve that runner's lunge. Now make sure you're pulling that right knee into the midline as you're lengthening the spine to the top of your mat and you're rolling that top hand up and open. Last breath here. Here comes that side plank one more time. Everything shifts onto the left. Right foot gets light. Take your modifications here wherever you need. And you can choose to stay where you are. You can find a little bit of a tree with the legs. Lift the hips. And again, stay. Or come into a little bit of a wild thing, stepping the foot behind, lifting the hips, finding a little bit of a back bend. Just one more breath. And then we're going to go right back into that Vashisthasana. See if you can balance in tree. Oh. And then again, you're going to step that top right foot forward, right into Anjaneyasana lunge. So inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, send the hips forward and down. Now here's where those blocks come in. Take your block on the right side, the outer right side. Lengthen the spine up, and then I want you to pretend you're going to shoot your hips out to the left front corner of the mat as you reach your hand back to the right back corner. So you're moving at a diagonal here. Slow the breath. I'm breathing quite hard. And readjust the height of your blocks if you need to. So this is trying to get into that psoas muscle. It attaches on the lower back and the top of the hip, goes through the hip, and then attaches under at the bottom of the hip. So it's really hard to stretch. Last breath here. Good. When you're ready, the top left hand plants along with the right hand. Frame out that front foot, and we'll turn it into lizard. So keep the foot right where it is. Don't move it up the mat. Just turn the toes out, and then start to open the knee. And that right hand is going to reach behind, open through the chest. The palm of the right hand is facing through the ceiling. I want you to push the chest and the thigh open to the right side of your mat. Breathing in.
Breathing out, control the breath, slow it down. Good, last breath. When you're ready, coming back to center. And either find that vinyasa or just push back into down dog here. Take an extra breath in plank if you need it. Being very careful with the shoulders. Remember, anytime you're taking those chaturangas, shoulders move forward over wrists before you lower down. Okay, let's all take a deep breath in together and a deep breath out. Reset for the next side. When you're ready, left leg lifts. Move slow. Knee to nose, crunch it in, flying plank, push the ground away, and then quietly step that left foot forward. Open up warrior two. Good, sink the hips down and low. Inhale, front hand lifts, reverse. Good, exhale, back down. Skandasana, back leg moves, bends, or stay in that skater's lunge. Remember, most of the weight is trying to move back behind, and you're trying to get that right heel down onto the floor as you're pushing the left hip down. Last breath here, and then moving to that bowling lunge. So bending into the front knee, turn the back toes, and find yourself making that strike. Floating the back knee. Reach the right hand up, lengthen through the spine. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good, right hand plants. Turn it into that revolved runner's lunge. Just 2 breaths here. Keep pulling that left knee underneath you. And then everything rolls onto the right side. Find that Vashisthasana. 2 breaths. Take your modifications. If you're willing for the challenge, find your feet in tree pose. And then stay where you are, or find a breath in Wild Thing, stepping that left foot back to the right side of your mat. Deep breath in. Moving back to Vashisthasana, maybe to that tree. Find the balance. And then you're either going to roll into plank and step forward, or you're going to take that top left foot and just step forward controlled. Drop the right knee. Inhale, lift. 1 breath in Anjaneyasana. No crunching into the lower lumbar, so always lengthening the spine. And then when you're ready, take that block on the outer left side. Lengthening up to the ceiling, and then push the hips and the chest to the right side, right front side, as the top right hand moves to the back left corner. Maybe closing the eyes here. Adjusting the block when you feel yourself moving into the pose a little deeper. Last breath. And then keeping your front foot right where it is, just turn it out to the side. Find that lizard lunge. So sink the hips forward and down. Allow the left knee to flop open. Right hand plants. And then when you're ready, the left hand goes behind you, palm facing up. Lift and open through the chest. Last breath. Good, hands plant, lifting right back up to down dog. Don't worry about that vinyasa. So the next round is going to go just a little bit faster. Maybe just holding each pose for a breath. So if you need to slow down or if you want to skip things, do that. Make it your practice here. All right, when you're ready, inhale, right leg lifts. As you exhale, knee to nose, crunch it in. Take an extra breath in. As you exhale, step forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Good. As you exhale, Skandasana, sink, or skater's lunge. Good. Inhale, both legs lift. As you exhale, pivot and find yourself in that bowler's lunge. Just floating the back knee. Good. When you're ready, left hand down, revolved runner's lunge to the right. Lengthen the spine forward, reach that top hand up. Good. Everything shifts into the left. Find your Vashisthasana. Deep breath in. Maybe you're finding a balance. As you exhale, maybe you're coming into Wild Thing or you're staying where you are. If you move to Wild Thing, take a breath in, find your Vashisthasana. And as you exhale, right foot steps forward. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, lift. As you exhale, move your hips forward and to the left. We'll hold this one for 2 breaths. Good. Top left hand plants. Right hand reaches behind you as you turn the right toes to the side. Find that lizard lunge. Exhale, both hands plant. Step right back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out, going right to the left hand side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose crunch. Take an extra breath here. Push the ground away. As you exhale, step that foot forward. Inhale, everything lifts. And as you exhale, sink down, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, Skandasana. Good. As you inhale, everything lifts. Find that bowler's lunge. As you exhale, top right hand plants. Turn it into revolved runner's lunge. Good. When you're ready, everything shifts into the right. And find that Vashisthasana. Deep breath in. Maybe you're finding tree. Stay here. As you exhale, find your Wild Thing. Good. If you moved, move back to your Vashisthasana. As you inhale, and then as you exhale, left foot steps forward. Find that Anjaneyasana lift. Deep breath in, lengthen the spine, and then as you exhale, shoot the hips towards the right corner. The front right corner. 2 breaths here. Last breath. And then as you're ready, right hand plants. Turn the left toes out. Find that twisted lizard lunge. Right palm of the hand is reaching back and up towards the ceiling. Very nice, yogis. Plant both hands. Take that vinyasa now, or just skip it. You choose. And right back to down dog. Okay, we have one small standing balance sequence. So if you're not really feeling it, just skip it or just take the balances you want. All right, working into a little bit of a back bending. So if you're not keen on back bending today, just take the regular warrior 3 and the regular half moon. Okay, here we go. Deep breath in, look at your fingertips, step, jump, or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, and as you exhale, fold. Now stay here. If you need to readjust your blocks back to the top of your mat, because you'll need them, maybe, to balance, do that now. Otherwise, just hold here in this forward fold. Maybe bend one knee and then the other. Shaking the hips out just a little bit here. And we'll take our hands and bind them behind our back and just let them fall forward. Let's take 2 breaths here. Deep breath out. Let your head be heavy. Let the hands just hang forward. All right, when you're ready, slowly releasing the hands. And we will plant our hands and find a standing split. So the right leg is the standing leg. Left leg is going to lift. So choose how you get there. I like to start with my knee bent and then straightening my right leg, straightening my left leg, squaring off through my hips, and then lifting my left leg as high as I can. Deep breath in.
Taking the crown of the head as low down towards that foot as you can, lifting that left leg as high as you can. And then when you're ready, we're going to bend that left floating leg. Bend it, bend it, bend it. And you're going to try to grab it with the right hand. So you're in a standing split bind. Now lift the knee. Lift the knee as high as you can. And again, take the crown of the head down to the mat. One more breath. Good. And then when you're ready, halfway lift. See if you can keep the bind, but halfway lift, turn it into a twisted warrior 3. Now, push that foot into the hand. Your left hand can be wherever it wants to be, but push your left foot into that right hand. Create that back bend. Good. Gently let go of that left foot. Now you're in regular warrior 3. And then open. Now you're in half moon. So use those blocks if you need to. Lift and open that left hip. Flex that left foot. Crown of the head is reaching to the top of the mat. And then see if you can bind the top foot again. Find your Chapasana. Or not. Foot pushes into the hand. Slow, deep breath. When you're ready, release the foot if you had it. Knee into the chest, stand tall. Whew. I had a little wobble. Okay. Lower back is flat. Push the knee into the chest, flatten up through lower back, lift through the chest. Deep breath in here. And then we're slowly going to set that standing leg down. Whew. Okay. The left foot that you just stepped down is now going to step behind the right foot and out to the right side of your mat. So we're going to try and keep that left leg straight. And then you're going to forward fold down. Now you might need to bend into the right knee a little bit. You might need to readjust and move the left foot out. It doesn't matter how you adjust, just as long as you're finding a little bit of stretch. I'm going to use my blocks and halfway lift. Last deep breath. I'm going to give you a little break. We're still trying to catch the breath. That was a lot of back bending balancing. And when you're ready, bend the standing right leg. The left leg is still behind it, and you're going to have a seat. Okay, so moving into cow face pose, you should kind of be in the position. Your right leg should be on top. Let's try and get the right knee as even with the left bottom knee as possible. Feet are flexed and flailing out to the sides. Now, if you can't quite make the shape, that's all right. Just take the right ankle to the left knee or use your blocks here to take that foot in front of you. Okay, and we're going to inhale and lift everything up. And then as you exhale, I want you to fold forward. Keep lengthening the lower back though. Oh, finding that stretch through the glutes, through the lower back maybe. No pain in the knee, no. If you're finding pain in the knee, come up, readjust, and make sure you're flexing your feet. Last breath, folding forward. And I want you to halfway lift. We're going to try to twist in this pose. So left elbow to the top right knee. Find your prayer hands. Top hand pushes in the bottom hand to twist you over to the right side. Sit up tall if you can. Lengthen the lower back. Breathing into the chest because the belly is all twisted up here. So you have to open through the rib cage and through the chest. Maybe you're even letting the breath spill into the shoulders. Good. When you're ready, slowly coming back round. And we'll find ourselves in Navasana. So top foot lifts as you slowly find yourself balancing back on the sit bones. Bring the feet and the knees together. And then lift through the lower back. Find your Navasana, whether it looks like me or bent-legged or you're grabbing behind the thighs. We'll count for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When you're ready, you're going to reach forward and sit up. So it's okay to get a little bit of traction to stand up. Okay. Take a deep breath in. Let's clean it out. Inhale, lift. As you exhale, forward fold. Okay, this time it's the standing left leg. Readjust those blocks if you feel like you're going to need them. Maybe shaking out the hips, Setting yourself up when you're ready. Left leg is the standing leg. Right leg comes into that standing split. So again, I like to start with both knees bent. Straighten the standing leg, square off, lengthening the right hip down to be even, and then straightening the right leg. Toes are pointing down towards the mat. Lift that left leg, or right leg, sorry, as high as you can. Head comes down towards the mat. 2 breaths here. Now, if you want to find a little balance or a little bit of danger here, you can do that as well. All right, we're going to bend into that right knee. Grab it with the left hand. So you're twisted. Opposite foot, opposite hand. You can choose to stay here just another couple breaths. Lift through that back knee, crown of the head down, or you can start lifting through the lower back here. Finding maybe a little bound, twisted warrior 3. That right hand can be wherever it is, but see if you can push a foot into the left hand. Got one more breath. And when you're ready, gently release the foot. Open the right hip. Turn it into half moon. You can choose to stay here. Use your blocks if you need to. Otherwise, you're going to find that Chapasana grab, bending the top leg. Oop. And then foot pushes into the hand. Now remember, you're still lifting through the chest. You're still lengthening through the spine, using the strength of the side body. Your chest and your hip wants to be the same height. Last breath. Then gently release the foot and slowly, knee to chest, stand tall. Ooh, that transition was much better for me, although I'm still wiggly today. Okay, flatten the lower back, lift the chest, deep breath in, right leg steps down. Whew, okay, right foot now steps behind the left and out to the left side. Now again, play with how far over that right foot needs to be over to the left. You can bend the standing leg or not, but you're going to fold forward. Maybe you're even halfway lifting. I tend to get most stretch through my halfway lift. Close the breath. Control it. Soften it. Listen to it. Last breath here, and then moving to that cow face pose. So everything bends, sit your hips down. Your left knee now is on top of the right. And again, if you can't quite get the knees together, just play with where that top foot needs to be. I'll turn a little bit this way. Both knees are together. You want to be on the sit bones, so you readjust the hips. Feet are flexed. Inhale, everything lifts. And then as you exhale, rounding forward. Trying to still lengthen out of the lower back. Think about just setting your chest over your knees. So in front, lengthening through the spine. Allowing the hips to soften and relax with each exhale. Just let the breath clean up that area of tightness. And then again, you can choose to stay here, or we're halfway lifting just a little bit. Right elbow to the left knee, find your prayer hands, and then push and lift up to rotate. Keeping the feet flexed. Again, if you're finding knee pain, come out of the pose, readjust, and make sure you're keeping those feet flexed. A lot of times when we find knee pain in these poses, it's because we have really tight hips. So if you know you have tight hips, just go into the pose a little softer, a little more cautious. Take care of those knees. Last breath. And then we'll find our last Navasana. So slowly releasing the twist, sitting up nice and tall, no curvature in the lower back, and then gently finding that balance, shifting the weight behind you, and then knees and feet come together and lift for 5. 4, keep lifting through the chest. 3, 2, 1. Release the feet, and we're actually going to find ourselves on our bellies just to finish up a few things today.
So coming down onto the bellies, let's work a little bit of back strength. We'll find a bound locust today. So feet together, roll onto the tops of the thighs. Make sure your hips are both onto the mat. Lengthen the spine. The crown of the head is always lengthening, and our neck is always in line with the spine. So that means you're always looking down at the ground. Now bind it up, hands behind the back. And then shoulders away from the ears. So pull those hands down towards the feet. As you inhale, just lift the chest and lift the hands off the lower back. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. Now, if you're okay here, start lifting the feet. Keep breathing in and breathing out. Slow it down. You've got 2 more breaths. Lift a little higher. Lengthen out a little longer. Last breath. Good. When you're ready, release. Okay. Now, while we're here, left hand is going to plant. Come up onto that left hand. And you're going to bend up the left foot. Now, the right hand is going to grab that left foot. And you're going to find a little bit of a twisted bow here. So certainly if you can't grab the foot, use a strap or just skip it altogether and come back into locust pose. So wherever you are, most of us are probably sinking into that left shoulder. So I want you to push the ground away here. And then when you're ready, the foot pushes into the hand to try and lift that left knee off the floor. I'm not very good at this pose, but I'll give it a shot. Deep breath in. Lift and open through the chest. Deep breath out, release. Same thing, opposite side. Right hand plants, right forearm plants, right knee bends. Grab that right foot with the left hand, push into the mat with the right, lift the right knee off the ground. Foot into the hand, open through the chest. Deep breath in, deep breath out, release. Nice. Okay, so slowly start pushing yourself back onto your knees. Take a quick child's pose just to re-lengthen the spine after the back bending. Deep breath in, lengthen the fingertips and the spine nice and forward. Deep breath out, let the hips sink onto the feet. Good. When you're ready, coming back up to center, and we'll find ourselves in Konasana. So wide-legged forward fold. Now again, sitting on blocks or props or blankets if you need to, trying to roll the hips forward and sitting up tall. Let's just take one breath forward, folding here. Reaching the fingertips out, trying to reach and lengthen through the spine. And then as you inhale, coming back up to center. Good, we're going to move to the right side. So we're going to try and plant the right forearm inside the right thigh. The left hand is going to reach towards the left, up and over, and find that nice side stretch. Now, there's a lot of options here too. If you can't quite bind up the elbow and the knee because you're up here, that's okay. Just keep rotating the shoulder open. If you need to go a little lower, maybe you're trying to grab the big toe with the right hand and trying to pull yourself down. But remember, this isn't it. We're not rolling the shoulder down. We want to roll that top shoulder open. I've talked enough on the side. Let's just take one more breath. Just trying to stretch out all that hard work we did on that side waist. And then when you're ready, coming back to center. Same thing, left side. Either forearm inside the thigh, or you're a little higher, or you're reaching for the toe. It doesn't matter. Right hand lifts, roll that right shoulder open, and find yourself stretching through. I'm trying to push the right hip down into the earth. Sometimes my hips lift. So really actively try to push that right hip down, open through the right side waist. Last breath, rolling just a little bit more open. And when you're ready, slowly coming back to center. Both legs, give them a shake. And we'll find ourselves on our back. So pull the knees into the chest. Now, if you have any favorite ways you'd like to end your practice, pause the video and take those extra final movements now. Otherwise, we'll just move into a quick happy baby pose. Taking the first two fingers with that big toe, pulling the knees into the armpits, flattening the lower back. Maybe you're rocking gently from side to side. And then when you're ready, we'll slowly start to release. Good, let's take one final twist. So we'll eagle up the legs today. Take the right leg on top of the left knee. Both knees move over towards the left side of your mat. I got this microphone in my way here. Left side of your mat. And then you're reaching the right hand towards the right side of your mat along with your gaze. Deep breath in. Fill that whole right side with air. Deep breath out. Good. One more like that. Deep breath in. Just release. You don't have to do anything here. Don't pull, don't crank, just breathe. Good. When you're ready, inhale both knees back to center. Switch the knees. This time the left knee is on top of the right. Both knees over to the right side. Ground the knees if you can, and then reach and look towards the left. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And coming back to center. Now, gently working into your Shavasana pose now. So whatever that looks like for you, and that pose may change day to day. Well, softening down, just close the eyes. Find that comfortable place where you don't feel like you need to move. Get all your wiggles and adjustments out. The neck is nice and long. The shoulders are down the back. And the palms of the hands are facing up towards the ceiling here. I want you to take a deep breath in, and then starting at the crown of the head, gently scan down the body. And as you reach each part of the body, the shoulders, the chest, the rib cage, the hips, it starts to soften and relax. And then when you get down to the feet, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, release all tension from the body. Allow yourself to come back to that intention you had at the beginning of the practice. Breathe into that intention, and then as you exhale, gently let it go. Float away. Slowly start to soften and sink into your mat, clearing the mind. Now, if you have trouble clearing the mind, just focus on that rise and fall of the belly. Move into stillness and stay here with the breath.
As you're ready, slowly and gently coming back onto your mat. Taking a deep breath in, deep breath out. Maybe wiggling the fingers and the toes a little bit. Maybe taking a big stretch through the whole body. And when you're ready, we'll pull our knees into our chest. Gently roll over to the right side. Just one breath there. Then we'll meet in an easy seated position. Sitting up nice and tall, keeping the eyes nice and soft. Shoulders away from the ears. Let's take 2 breaths today. Deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, let it go. One more time. Deep breath in. Open the mouth, let that practice go. Until next time, yogis, namaste.